keep American dollars in America. Now, there are folks that are opposed to it. The big oil companies were strongly opposed to this bill. I know they're sending out lots of flyers against me because the big oil doesn't like this policy. They like the idea they can continue to make a lot of money when we send money over to Saudi Arabia and other countries. But we need to have energy independence. We need to be able to stand up and keep that money here in our country. And it's also about economic development. In Michigan, we have the opportunity to be a world leader when it comes to alternative energy. General Electric just is going to invest in a new research and development facility, hiring over 1,500 people here in Michigan to do cutting-edge research in alternative energy. We are in a struggle with the rest of the world to be that energy provider. The Chinese are investing millions of dollars every day to have that energy independence. If we do not invest in that, we will lose this race.
Thank you, Mr. Peters. You better keep this tight. You two are starting to...
I will be very tight on this. Because the question was on if you're a supporter of small business, how can you possibly vote for cap and trade? I support energy independence. That's why I would move us more towards nuclear power, a true power that is clean, efficient, and able to truly provide us with the energy needs that we need. But more importantly, the taxes that are included on your homes by the EPA and the taxes on small business will send more jobs and more manufacturing to China. And that is the hypocritical statement of cap and trade.
Mr. Campbell.
I have seldom heard a more passionate, more articulate speaker advocating for the Green Party platform than I just heard from Congressman Peters. Democratic and Republican administrations and Congresses alike have failed you. We know that. We are in the biggest economic slump since 1929. We need real change, and real change does not mean flip-flopping back and forth between America's two bipolar parties. It means forming a new party and doing something that's actually different. Jimmy Carter warned us back in the 70s that energy policy was a matter of national security, and we ignored him completely. He would probably still say the same thing if he's got the strength to go out in public and say so. This is the green agenda. This is what we will do. We have seen Republicans in control, we have seen Democrats in control, and no matter how passionately Congressman Peters is articulating the green agenda, it is not being implemented in Washington, and for that you need to elect green candidates.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Moving on. We're back to you, Mr. Raczkowski, aren't we? Okay. Which aspects of the Health Care Reform Act do you support, and which do you think need to be changed or eliminated? Mr. Raczkowski.
I think there's some parts in it that were fairly decent. I would have probably voted to extend the ability for parents to keep some of their children, their dependents on for an extended period of time. I believe in allowing individuals with pre-existing conditions to move forward with finding more opportunities for health care insurance. But the rest of the bill, I pretty much would scrap. It's schmutz. Let me try to see anything that rations healthcare is not American. It's un-American. We have the best healthcare in the world and some of the best research and development.
Come on, audience members.
All I ask, you may not agree with me, you may not agree with my opponents. All we ask, all four of us would probably ask that we all respect each other's viewpoints, and that's what allows us the opportunity to have the discourse that we have. So please respect each other. My supporters, Gary, and everybody else, please let's just respect each other. But we do have the best research and development in the world in this country. And that is why people from all over this country, all over the world, come to the United States for health care. I believe that when you lower health care, some of the options, just quick little statement, the options that we should be looking at is competition across state lines, allowing individuals pre-tax money to buy health insurance, and a few other options I have that I'll stick around after and talk about.
Okay. We're not going to do any more of this quick thing. Mr. Peters, go ahead.
I voted for the health care bill after much deliberation. it was after much deliberation and actually reading the bill, which is very important. In fact, as you read the bill, you can be more supportive of many aspects of it with the details. When I ran for Congress 2 years ago, one of my platforms was that I believe very passionately that every American in this country should have access to affordable health care. I also said that it should be the same plan that a member of Congress has. And that is exactly what is in this bill. What is in this bill through the insurance exchange that will be required is the requirement that every member of Congress will be in the insurance exchange, every member of a member's Congress family, as well as members of their staff. So what will be available to all Americans through the exchange is the exact same plan that a member of Congress has. It will be affordable and available to everybody. It will also bring in more competition as a result of the exchange that can operate in a state or even across the states and the regional. There'll be more competition in this system. This is very American. More people will have private insurance after this bill than they currently have, but it'll be much more competitive and bring down the margins so that we actually can bring down the cost of insurance, not only for individuals, but for small businesses as well. It puts in important consumer protections as well to make sure that when you have an insurance plan, it's actually there when you get sick. Oftentimes now there's rescission and it's not there. Those are the kinds of common sense protections that are necessary for the American people. This is a problem that needed to be dealt with. There are folks that say we should just bury our head in the sand and do nothing. I think it's pretty clear. We've got to deal with this issue, make sure that every American has access to quality care.
Mr. Raczkowski, I'll let you a chance to rebut in a minute. We're going to get to Dr. Gopi.
Yeah, I'm just going to give a quick rebuttal.
No. We're going to Dr. Gopi first, yeah, and then Mr. Campbell.
Yeah. As you heard those, my two dear friends take sides on their political platform, on the Democratic and the Republican side. I'm running as an independent candidate. I'm running as an independent candidate because I want to listen to your voices. I don't want to take sides on the arena that these people take. What I see as good part of the health reform is that pre-existing conditions need to be covered. I agree with that. When it comes to dependency of children up to the age of 26, I do agree with that too. However, when it comes to how the funding of this health reform should be covered, that is where I have an issue. The issue I have is this, that we should be able to create jobs. Once we are able to create jobs, we will have money to cover most of the expenses that will be covered by us. That is my stand on that, and I believe strongly that I will listen to you and we can reform, address some of the issues in the bill that we don't like. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Campbell.
I don't disagree with the provisions of the bill that tighten up restrictions on insurance companies and make them actually follow the contracts that they've made. But this is rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. We have a system that is bleeding away 30% of the dollars put into the system. We are leaving 45 million Americans without any access to medical care. This bill would perhaps reduce the overhead to 29% and the number of Americans out on the street to 44 million. It's just not enough. It's not the right direction at all. The best medical care in America is at Bethesda Naval Hospital, which happens to be a state-owned, state-operated facility. The federal government owns it. The employees there are federal government employees. It is the very model of socialized medicine. So I don't think we need to be afraid of the term socialized medicine. I'm not advocating for that. I'm advocating, of course, for a national system such as Medicare for all.
Mr. Raczkowski, your rebut.
Thank you. Very quickly, as a soldier who was in the VA system, is still waiting for my hearing aid. But I've got to tell you that Oakland County, majority of Oakland County did not want this bill. Where did we throw out the word